Hello everyone, my name is Maria and today I'm so excited to share some of my reading plans with you, so reading plans for 2023. And I'm going to share 10 books and they're in no particular order of anticipation. They're just 10 books which I want to read for sure in 2023, and they will be from different genres, so maybe some of them you'll want to read as well. And by the way, I don't know much about those books just yet. I purposefully don't want to give myself too many spoilers before I make my reading plans. I just pick whichever feels right at the moment. So the first one I want to read, which I was hoping to read in 2022, is The Overnight Guest by Heather Godenkopf, and it was written in 2022, so fairly new. And this is supposed to be a mix of psychological thriller and a bit of with elements of mystery. And for now, I've started reading it. I just read a few pages. So far it looks like the setup is that there are a few remote farmlands, and a few children go missing, and we don't know what's going on. And at the same time, there is a writer who also goes to a remote house to finish up her book. And then there is also a cold snowstorm and all of those winter disaster things with power going out and car crashes happening nearby. So perfect winter book, and I'm going to keep reading that. I'll let you know what I think about it when I do maybe January wrap up. Yeah, and then the next one is All the Lights We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, and that was written in 2014. And this book, I kept hearing about it so much, and as some of you may know, it became your bestseller. So this book will be set in during World War II, and we're going to have two stories of a French girl and a German boy whose paths cross in Paris when Paris is already occupied. So I'm quite excited to read about that because I think it's going to have elements of historical fiction as well, so we'll see how it goes. Then number 3 is The Secret History by Donna Tartt, and that was written in 1995, and I know everyone has already read that except me, but I'm like that. You'll be surprised. One day I should do a video about all the books everyone has read, and I haven't. Yeah, so The Secret History, I keep hearing about that, and I kind of assumed that it's a recent book, but then I realized that it was written in 1995, so it's about a time. And the setting will be an educational institution. There will be a lot of studying of Greek, there will be mysterious society, and the reason why I want to read it is because I also want to read the most recent novel by R.F. Kuhn, Babel, or Babel. English is not my first language, so I don't know how to pronounce things correctly all the time. But anyways, I read that the author of Babel was actually inspired by Donna Tartt's Secret History, so I thought I'll read The Secret History first and then I'll read Babel. So now maybe the natural question will arise, both of those books are usually labeled as young adult books, so usually I'm a little bit cautious about those books, but because they're set in academia, and I, as an educator, I'm quite passionate about giving my students or my mentees accurate representation of what life in academia is, and so I want to know what their perceptions are. So I would I'm kind of making this assumption that this is what young people are reading, so things like Secret History, and this is what they're basing their assumptions about academia on. So I just want to see how academia is portrayed by different authors. That's what I want to do. Yeah, and then number 4 is Clara and the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro. That was written in 2021, and Kazuo Ishiguro is really one of my favorite authors. Most of you might know him from his novel Never Let Me Go, which was also made into a movie, but I actually enjoyed, I enjoyed Never Let Me Go, but there's also another novel by him. I believe it's called The End of the Day, and this is about the life of a butler. So that book, actually, I don't think it's getting enough attention by, you know, popular media, but it's an amazing one. And anyways, I want to read more by Kazuo Ishiguro anyways, so Clara and the Sun. This novel will include a character which is artificial intelligence, and if you remember some of my videos on NaNoWriMo 2022, I'm actually working on a story, like in my spare time, I'm working on a story where one of the characters is AI, so I want to read other authors who also take time to write characters that are AI. Yeah. And then number 6 will be Paranesi, and Paranesi was written in 2020 by Susanna Clarke, and it looks like it will be one of those reads that's good to read like at the beginning of the fall, because looks like the settings will be, you know, end of summer, like early fall. There will be a huge castle, and in that castle some mysterious events will be happening. I did not want to give myself too many spoilers even by reading too much into like the book description, because it sounds fascinating. I want to just like jump into it and, you know, just enjoy. And then number 7 is Earthlings. And Earthlings is by Sayaka Murata, Japanese writer, that was written in 2018. And one of the goals for 2023 for me is to read a bit more about, read a bit more from authors who are like outside of you know, the cultures that I'm used to, so who are like not like Canadian, not British or English, or not like Slavic. So Japanese novel kind of fits perfectly in there. So yeah, Earthlings by Sayaka Murata, and the premise of the novel is that there's a family where like the main character will be the older sister, I believe, in the family, and there is a lot of child abuse, and we get to trace the character of this girl as she grows up. I've been hearing a lot of mixed reviews about that. Some people said that like the book is pretty disturbing, which could be true, you know, like anywhere where there's like a female character, like younger female character, well, actually any gender character, and there is like abuse, that could be disturbing, but nevertheless I really want to read it. And then number 8 is The Bridges of Madison County by Robert James Waller, that was written in 1995. And this one I'm quite excited about, because there will be elements of romance, and there also will be elements of ethical choice. So I believe the premise of the book will be that we will encounter some kind of love triangle between like a housewife and her husband and someone else who comes into her life. So it might sound like, you know, just a usual romance story, but this book, actually, I've been seeing lots of reviews that tell us like another opinion, that this will be like a lot deeper than just like an ordinary love triangle story. So you know, I like good romantic story once in a while. And then number 9 as well, a romantic story, a classic one, so Tender is the Night by Fitzgerald, and it's written in 1934. So this one I feel like I should have read already, and it sounded so familiar that I almost thought that I read it already, but then I couldn't remember anything. And I consider as though I have not read it, if I can't remember. I couldn't find it in any of my like readers' diaries or like anything. So again, there will be love triangle. The main character is a psychiatrist, which I'm super excited about, because, you know, it has this academia vibe. So I'm going to try and time it to read it in the summer. All the like people who reviewed the book on Goodreads, like other media, are saying that it's like a perfect summer read, so I'll save it for summer. And then number 10 is by Ukrainian author Ivan Franko, and it's called The Crossroads. And again, this will be a love triangle, so sounds like I'm going to read a lot of romantic novels in 2023, but, you know, this year I kind of feel like it's good, you know. 2022 has been super hard, and I think all of us deserve some like romantic novels in 2023. Yeah, so This is a classic novel, and I am not sure when it was translated into English and what the publisher is. I'm trying to do my research on that. When I will be talking about it and like one of the like monthly wrap-ups, I'll probably tell a bit more. But I'm going to read that in original language, in Ukrainian, because I know Ukrainian. And also Ivan Franko is quite famous about, you know, the clarity and like academic structure of his novels, and actually of like the ways that he's using Ukrainian language. So I'm quite looking forward to, you know, expand my Ukrainian vocabulary a bit, and even to like learn from Ivan Franko as from a writer, because really he's well known for his well-structured prose. One fun fact about him is that he is like he also wrote poems, and some of his poems are as lengthy and like equally involved as a full-scale novel. So he basically wrote, some of the novels that he wrote are in poetry that rhymes. Like, I mean, that makes sense in Ukrainian. Some of them are translated into English as well. I'm not sure if they rhyme or not, but yeah, quite excited about that as well. So yeah, if you're interested in any of those books, please let me know. Please let me know what caught your eye, or maybe you read some of them, maybe you want to like talk me out of reading some of them, or like suggest more books that I read in 2023. But yeah, please comment, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!